listening or waiting for your turn to speak? That is the powerful question Simon Sinek asked. And honestly, most of us are just waiting for our turn to talk. This is a story I feel deeply connected to. It's emotional and it's real. I had this role model. She was everything I wanted to be. Smart, confident, school governor, class prefect, just a definition of perfect. Let's call her Blessy. I wanted to be just like her, follow exactly in her footsteps. So I asked what the secret behind her perfect life was. She told me how her parents had just made the life-changing decision of selling their family house. Not just any house, the house. The one where she learned to take her first steps, rode her first bicycle. Every corner had its own memory, every room its own story. Yes, that house. I expected her to get over it in a matter of days, but she didn't. Instead, she became irritable, distracted, and overwhelmed by emotions she herself didn't understand. The tipping point, she failed the test. She went from top of the class to the bottom. This was when our school counselor stepped in. She didn't just listen, she understood. Her presence, response, the way she acknowledged Blessy's emotions, it made Blessy feel seen and heard. After Blessy began to recover, I asked, what exactly did the counselor do? She said, active listening. That was when it hit me. Active listening wasn't just about hearing words. It was listening to understand, not just to reply. Observing verbal and nonverbal cues. Observing the other person's mood, tone, body language is listening to understand. I also learned something else. Parents and guardians often overlook the importance of listening to children. Not every cry for help is loud. Sometimes we don't want to be fixed. We just want to be heard. There's science behind this too. According to a Harvard study, people spend more than 60% of conversations talking about themselves. This means people are more interested in what they're going to say next than what the other person is saying. An average person listens with only 25 to 50% efficiency, meaning we're missing out on more than half of what is being said. Think about that. Let me share something that happened to me. I and my parents went to the hospital. I spent more than half an hour explaining my symptoms to the doctor. And when I finished, he said, "What did you say?" I was shocked. My parents irritated. I was ready to go over it all again when he suggested a general health test. My mom, irritated at this point, got up and instructed for us to leave, requesting to see another doctor. With the other doctor, I went over the exact same questions. He looked at me, asked follow-up questions, and when I was done, he suggested an ulcer test. Sadly, it came back positive. That diagnosis might have saved me. Active listening isn't just about personal relationships, but even in the healthcare sector, it is really essential. Active listening made me a better person. I wasn't just hearing people, I was feeling with them. It made me more aware of my own reactions and biases. I was feeling with people. And because of that, people started opening up to me, even earning me the nickname, Junior Counselor. These people were too scared to share with anyone. They'd walk up to me and share with me freely. But then, I failed. My friends had a falling out, and just because I was closer to one than the other, I was passively listening. I was just there, waiting for my own turn to speak, hardly observing what they were saying. And before I knew what was going on, their relationship hit the rocks. That moment taught me something painful. Not listening actively can be just as dangerous as speaking the wrong words. It could lead to miscommunications, lack of information, and even make the other person feel invisible. Did you know that the International Listening Association says that 85% of what we know is acquired through listening? Yet, most of us are only listening at a quarter of our potential. In the business world, active listening is even more costly, as a study by Forbes revealed that estimatedly $37 billion is lost annually. Why? Miscommunications, poor listening. This is money lost through delay, confusions, and not listening actively. So how do we become better? We begin to make simple changes. We look people in the eye when they're speaking next to us. Now look at the person sitting next to you. Not a stare down, but a confident, quiet stare to make them know you're present, to make them feel heard. You paraphrase. When people are speaking, be able to pick up the main ideas to understand what they're talking about. You summarize. When I am done speaking, you should be able to ask the person sitting next to you, how do you listen actively? What is active listening? Benefits of listening actively and dangers of not listening actively. In a world full of distraction, screen, and notification, the ability to listen actively is a superpower. So I'll ask you the question Simon Sinek asked. When people speak, are you truly listening, or are you just waiting for your turn to speak? Take a moment, think about it, and the next time you're in a conversation, listen, not only with your ears, but with your heart. Thank you.